Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to install geemap locally on your computer using Miniconda, and I'm also going to show you how to set that geemap up on Google Colab, so then you don't have to authenticate Google Sending every time when you are using Google Colab. And I recorded a video about how to install geemap probably 2 to 3 years ago, and some of the things have changed. Today I was teaching a Google Sending workshop at the AGU conference, and I was teaching how to use Google Colab, but there are a lot of participants interested in learning how to install the package on your local computer. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. And so first head over to the geemap website, geemap.org, and then on the left side, click installation. Then scroll down here. It's going to show you how to install using pip and conda-forge. I would recommend using conda-forge because you can create a virtual environment, and then you can mess up with the environment. It will not affect your base environment. If you're using pip, I would recommend also you create a virtual environment. But in this case, we're just going to use Miniconda. So for those of you who are not familiar with Anaconda or Miniconda, so it's basically a package manager. They help you create environment and manage packages and then deal with the dependencies. So I would recommend, if you have not installed this before, you can just use Miniconda. So it basically is a lightweight version of Anaconda. So click here, and then it should take you to the website. What you need to do is to download the installation for your operating system. So for me, I'm using Windows, so you can just click. Then you should download this one to a local computer. Click save. If you're using Mac, you can download here, or even Linux. So once it's done, then I can open it. So I'm going to go here, open the file on my Windows downloads directory, and then you can just double click. So it should be pretty straightforward. Just click next, and then next, next. So by default, it's going to install to your directory under your user directory, and then Miniconda 3. Click next. Because I already have this one, I already installed this before, so it doesn't allow me to install it. But if it is the first time, you should be able to just click next, and then you should download install this one to your local computer. So I'm gonna cancel it, and after it's done, then you can go to your start menu here, all apps. Then on the left side here, it show you Anaconda 3, or if it doesn't, it may be Miniconda 3. So depends on the version that you're installing. So in my case, it's just Anaconda 3. Then you click, it's going to show you these two items, Anaconda prompt and also Anaconda PowerShell prompt. So for you, you can just open this one. So just open it. Oops, just click on it. It should open up this so-called terminal. So this is the Anaconda prompt. And what you can do here is just like a command prompt that you can create environment and then creating packages. So in here on my left side, you see this is the base. Right now we are under the conda base environment, but usually you want to create a new conda environment so that you don't have to, because the base environment, if something goes wrong, then your Miniconda or the conda environment might be broken. So in my case, I can just type conda env list. Okay, so it's going to show you the environment that I have created. So you see here I have the base environment. I also have the geo environment, but I'm going to show you how to create your new conda environment using the instruction here. So again, you can follow this one. This is not the most up-to-date, so you can install for example Python 3.11. It should also work with Python 3.12, but some of the dependencies might not be fully compatible. So I recommend usually install not the latest one, but it's one version older than the latest one. So right now it's 3.12. You can install 3.11, for example, and then activate the conda environment, and then we install the mamba. So mamba basically is just a package that is a replacement for conda. So it's so much faster when you are resolving the dependencies. And then we install geemap. After that, you can install some additional dependencies. So I will show you step by step how to do that. You can also copy the command line from the video description below. So next, let me go back to here. So first step is to create a new conda environment. So conda create -n, and then you can give it a name. So I can just, for example, I want to give it a name ge, and then Python equal to, if you don't type, if you just hit enter, so by default this is going to install Python 3.12. If you want to, I can just equal and then 3.11. So what we're doing here, we are creating a new conda environment named ge, and then we're going to install Python 3.11 to it. So here you can just type Y or just hit enter. It should automatically download all the packages. So you're going to show in here Python and then the version. So it's done. Next, you can conda activate ge. So on the left side here, pay attention. So right now it's changed to parentheses ge. So that means right now we're in this new conda environment. And after that, we can install mamba. Okay, so just conda install -c, and then use the conda-forge channel, then mamba. Okay, again, you can just copy the command line I put in the video description below if you don't want to type them. So what we're doing is install this package, and then later we can just use mamba to replace conda. So anywhere you use conda to install some packages, you can use mamba. So it's so much faster, and it's much easier to resolve the dependencies. For geemap, probably is fine, but by installing some packages that depends on many other packages, eventually there's going to be some conflict, and conda we're just going to spin and then never finish it. You see, so I installing mamba, and then again just enter Y. It should install all those packages. Once mamba is done, then we can install geemap. So what we can do here, just one command line, mamba, okay, and then install -c conda-forge. So in this case, we're going to install geemap. By default, you will install geemap only comes with the required dependencies, but you can also type pygis. So pygis includes geemap, leafmap, and also the optional dependencies. So I recommend just install this one, or geopandas if you just want to install a specific packages. But to enjoy all the full features of geemap, I recommend just install pygis, and then you have everything. So in that way, you don't have to add additional packages. You can, but this is just a shortcut to install all the optional dependencies of geemap. So the first time when you are running this one, it should take a minute or two, because it's retrieving all the package list and then caching that on your local computer, so that the next time when you are installing, it doesn't have to re-download everything. So what it's doing is to get the package list and then resolve the dependencies. So geemap and pygis together, they have hundreds of dependencies. So geemap built on top of many open source mapping libraries, and also the Earth Engine Python API. So you don't need to use the to install the Earth Engine Python API manually. This one will install everything. Again, it's going to take a minute or two, and then you should be able to just press enter. Then you will install everything. So that's pretty much it. And after that, you can just use a Jupyter app or Jupyter Notebook to start doing coding. And I'll show you how to authenticate the examples later. But I will try to update this one. Right now it's not the most up-to-date, but you can copy the command lines from the video description below. Okay, so now you see it's resolved the dependencies, and this is going to install 374 packages. The total download is 632. So you see, only takes 1 minute or two to resolve the dependencies. If you use conda install, it's going to take forever. So that's why we nowadays mostly use mamba. Okay, so once it's done, then we can start using the packages. So this should be pretty straightforward. I'm going to recap what I did, right? So I install miniconda, and then I open the conda prompt. Then I create a new conda environment using the conda create. Once you have the environment and then install the Python version, then you can activate the environment to get into the new environment that you created, and then you install mamba. Okay, after mamba, then you can install geemap, leafmap, or whatever packages you want. So essentially, you will only have need to run 3 or 4 command lines, actually 4, right? Create the environment, activate, install mamba. You can also install mamba to the base environment, so that you don't have to install mamba every time for a new conda environment. It's up to you. So I'm using Linux. Sometimes the base environment doesn't work, so you have to install mamba every time. And then you can mamba install geemap, or you can have multiple packages here together, or you can install them one by one. So it's up to you. So either way, it should work. Okay, so this is going to take some time because it's downloading 374 packages, and it's going to install. Once it's done, we'll come back. So I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to come back when it's finished. Okay, so now the installation has finished. It took a couple minutes, but now it's done, so we can start running Jupyter Lab. So I'm going to show you here. Let me remove this. Just type Jupyter space lab, hit enter, and it should open up Jupyter Lab. Or you can also change the directory to get into a specific directory if you want to. But like by default, it should open under your user directory, and then you can start using geemap and Google Sensing. So click here, the icon. It's going to, for example, showing up in here. I can get into, for example, the download directory, and then can create a new notebooks. After that, just type import geemap, and then press Alt Enter, or Shift Enter, Control Enter, or you just press the run button here, and then you can just type m equal to geemap.map. So we are creating a map, and then Alt Enter again. So if this is the first time using Google Sensing on a local computer, it's going to ask you to authenticate. So you have to create a cloud project. You can choose a cloud project. If you don't have any, you can create a new cloud project. So make sure that you have the ability to create one, because if you're using your university email address to create this, it may not work. Nowadays, most of the universities do not allow their students or faculty to create their own cloud projects. So cloud project is free for using with Google Sensing, but Google Cloud Project can also be used with other cloud services. So it might accidentally incur some charges the university that doesn't know what to pay. So that's why they disable. You might not be able to do that. Excuse me. In that case, you might want to sign up a new Google Sensing account with your personal Gmail address. So I already have one, and then you can just create, click the generate token. Okay, and then log into your account. Excuse me, and then click the allow. So this is a one-time authorization token. You can just click copy, then come back to here, Control V to paste it into this input box, then hit enter. Okay, so it should say successfully save authorization token. That means you're ready to go, and then you can type M. It should create a map. So if you can see the map, that means everything is ready, so you are ready to go. And so next time if you run again, so I can restart my kernel, it should not ask you to re-authenticate. So I can run this one, and then create a map, and then display the map. So it should be done automatically. So the reason for this is, after you do the authentication, it's going to generate a file on a local computer. So let me show you up here. If you go to your user directory, and then, for example, C drive, and then user, your name. So it based on if your own Mac computer is also under your user directory. So there should be a directory named .config. Okay, by default it might be hidden. So it might be hidden on the Mac computer. Then you need to unhide it. So on Windows is view and then show. If it's hidden, then you check this one to show the hidden directory. So the credentials basically is under this .config, and then auth engine. So this one here, this is the authorization token. It's a plain text file. So if you want, you can double click, you can open it, and then using Notepad. So I'm not going to open because it contains all the basically the password to my account. So if you show this one to other people, they will be able to access to Google Sensing account. So you need to protect this one. I'm gonna skip here. But basically what we have done is that now you can use Google Staging on a local computer. So I'm also going to show you how to do that with Google Colab. So if you don't want to set it up, but Google Colab, if you use it, traditionally you have to authenticate every time when you open a new Colab notebook to use geemap. But some recent update in Google Colab now supports environment variable. So basically, you can use it so that you don't have to authenticate every time. I would recommend you go to the geemap website and then notebooks. Under here, EE also Colab. So you click the first one, and so this one shows you step-by-step instructions how to do that. I'm going to show you. So what you can do is right-click and then open this one in a new Colab environment, and then on the left side you can let's scroll down. You can install the packages. So right now the latest version in geemap in Google Colab is 0.28.2. It doesn't support the using the key variable. So you can see here, I'll click on the left side. So this one is basically the secrets. So we can create the token, and then we can pass in our token for a local computer, so that in the future you don't have to authenticate. So what you can do here, just install the packages. Right now you have to install it, but in a week or two, Google Colab should pre-install the latest geemap version. So in the future you won't have to do that, but for now you still have to install it. So once it's done, I'm showing you here, then you can import geemap, and then you can do it, getting authorization token. So here, okay, right now you see it uninstall 0.28.2 and install 0.29.6. okay, and I can just clear this. So the next step before you doing the importing and then create the map, what you can do here is to, on the left side again, click this key icon and then create a new secret, and then you're going to type Earth Engine uppercase, okay, ERTHENGINE underscore token. Okay, make sure it's all uppercase. The name need to be exactly the same like this one, otherwise it won't work. And then you can paste in the content token from local computer. So again, I'm going to show you here. It's under the user directory, so config Earth Engine, and then this file. So double click, you're going to open it. So open it using Notepad or whatever text editor, and then you can copy all the content and then you can paste into the Google Colab. So you come back to here, you copy the content, and then you open here, then paste all the values, so entire content. I'm not going to do that here because it's going to show the password, but let me pause the video and then open here, for example, and then I will come back once it's done. So let me pause the video. Okay, it's done. I paste the content into here. So you see it's going to start with curly brackets, client ID, blah blah something. Again, you can click this one, the icon, it will be hidden. So right now nobody can see this one, and you also need to enable the notebook access. So if you click here, now we have the basically the environment variable here. geemap would be able to read this one and then create a credential, so you don't have to authenticate. Come back to the source code here. Now I can import geemap, okay, and then I can click this one. It should automatic, so it should not ask you to authenticate, otherwise something is wrong. You see, now it works just fine. I didn't have to log into my account and then to do stuff. So this is actually based on this environment variable. It's reading this environment variable, and then it's going to generate the credentials file under this temporary Google Colab bullshit environment. So with that, now you can do everything with Google Engine easily. Whatever things you want to do, I can, for example, come back to here. Maybe how about this, the geemap Colab, right? I can copy any source code directly from here and then can just use it. So maybe, for example, copy this one and then come back to Colab. I can just replace the source code, okay, Control A and then Control V, right? So create a map. I'm adding the data. Oh, you need to import EE so that you can use the Earth Engine object. They import EE, Shift Enter. It's imported and then I run it. You should be able to see the Earth engine data, right? And then you can use the inspector. You can click on the map. You can turn the layer on off. Right. So this is how you can install, set the environment token on Google Colab so that you don't need to authenticate, or you can run it on local computer. So either way is fine. It's up to you. But hopefully this will be useful for you if you're beginners, or you have never used Python before and you want to use Google Colab. Now this is easier. So I usually recommend installing on local computer, and then you can pass data, for example, convert data from a local computer to Google Engine object, or you can actually download data from Google Engine to a local computer. But if you don't want to install things, then geemap or the Google Colab is the way to go. And like I said, check the environment variable, paste the key from the local computer, enable notebook access, then you can just enjoy Google Engine geemap without having to authenticate every time. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope you find it useful. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.